Got me hot. Yeah. Got me hot.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome to another edition of BroTalk Live, the best show in late night for you by us. BroTalk, we're always on the mark. Me, man, Jason, in the director's seat. As usual, thanks for tuning in on another Tuesday night with the crew. Dex, you're standing in amazement. Let's kick it over to my main man, Dex. What up, bro?
Dex here, super excited to be here. Before we start the show, you guys know I always like an opening story. I don't really have a story today, but I just want to say that I really appreciate Jason and his dedication to the show. Like, this is something that I look forward to every single week, and the fact that he pours so much into the show really does mean a lot because it is an outlet for me, and I genuinely and truly appreciate it. And I feel like I don't say that ever to you, but now I want to say it. I really appreciate you, and thank you for this.
Yeah, in the professional role, that's what we call a plus delta when you give credit. Eric, what up? How are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm chilling. Cool.
Okay.
It's pretty East Coast. What?
You got a story?
No, I ain't really got no positive story about you, bro. I love you, though.
Okay, I appreciate it. Ty is out. Bill is out as well. Do you guys have anything before we get into the first, group of stories that we got here? Anything you want to preview, Dex? Anything you got going on?
I got nothing.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, all right. So you tell us what's next.
Oh, politics. It's funny. Politics as usual, but this is like our worst segment of the show. It's terrible.
It's very depressing.
Politics as usual.
The government is hours away from shutting down, and it comes down to three things. The Democrats want to extend health care subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, protect Medicaid from new cuts, and block the President Trump, from cutting federal spending on his own without Congress's approval. Republicans, who control the House, the Senate, and the White House, have flat out rejected those demands. And because the Senate still requires 60 votes, Republicans can't just approve this on their own. So that's why we have a standoff. And the fallout to this standoff would be massive. The Department of Health and Human Services says that more than 32,000 employees, that's 41% of its staff, will be furloughed. And the CDC, the Centers of Disease Control, will lose nearly 2/3 of its workforce, crippling its ability to respond to opioid overdoses, HIV prevention, and other public health crises. The National Institutes of Health would furlough 75% of its people, stopping clinical trials and research. And, these are just a few of the departments that are under federal oversight. Trump says that it's all necessary.
Mr. President, as we inch closer to a government shutdown this morning, you said you might do a lot of layoffs. If DOGE is already reducing the federal workforce, why is it necessary to link more federal jobs cut to a shutdown?
Well, the Democrats want to shut it down, and so when you shut it down, you have to do layoffs. So we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected, and the Democrats, they're going to be Democrats. As you know, no country can afford to pay for illegal immigration, health care for everybody that comes into the country, and that's what they're insisting. And obviously, I have an obligation to not accept that. That would affect everybody.
So, yeah, Trump saying that those people who would be fired would be Democrats, which is crazy for a president to say. Like, we've gotten to this point where to be a Democrat is to be, something with a red mark on them. It's insane. Now, instead of bridging the gap, Trump blew it wider after initially agreeing to and then canceling a meeting with Democrat leaders Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. He posted a racist AI deepfake video on Truth Social on his account, mocking the very people that he was supposed to be negotiating with.
Coded. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
Yes, again, that was posted by Donald, the president of the United States, Truth Social account. Can you text?
That's so sad, man. That is so sad. That is so sad.
We've gotten to this point.
That is sad, man. It's sad, and it's scary at the same time, man. That's sad and it's scary, man. At the same time, this is the country that we live in. This is who these people voted for. You know?
Insanity.
It truly is, man.
If you have a word to describe this, let us know in the comments. We'll try to get it on the show, Dex.
I don't know what to say. Like, I really.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did you hear the mariachi band playing in the background, and then they got Hakeem Jeffries and this
The
sombrero?
music, like the sombrero, like the actual speaking, like, because it's almost one of those things where it's like, does he think this is real? Then you realize, like, no, you don't think this is real. You thought this was funny. Like, you thought this was appropriate. And like, what's crazy to me is that, like, he's not going to be alone in this. He has supporters that are going to be like, yeah, what's the problem? What's wrong with that?
He's setting the edge so far in what's like quote unquote acceptable by someone in his position that it's going to become hard for someone to follow him. Like, you remember just for example, you remember how boring we used to talk about life was under the Biden administration and how there were no stories and all this stuff.
I'd like to go back.
Yes, right. But this, he's pushing it so far where, once again, second term in a row, that every day is a headline. Every day there's a story. It takes me an hour to do the show every day because this, so easy. We have all this news.
It's weird too because like last week I was like, oh, he's doing this stuff to distract from the Epstein files. I don't know if I believe that anymore. Now I think that you think that this is appropriate. Like, you think that this stuff is normal because there's no way you think we need this much distraction from the Epstein files, and like, you're making yourself look like an idiot.
I mean, but the Supreme Court keeps handing Trump wins. They let him freeze $4 billion in foreign aid that Congress had already approved, and that marks the 20th emergency request granted by the Supreme Court to his administration this year, and his 13th in a row. He's won 13 straight Supreme Court cases. Donald Trump has. Suddenly. Insane. Legal scholars say that kind of streak is unprecedented and that it shifts power away from Congress and towards the presidency. And as Clarence Thomas, a justice of the Supreme Court, says, that the Supreme Court should take a more critical approach to things that are considered settled precedents, saying that decided cases are, quote, not the gospel, and suggesting some may have been based on, quote, something somebody dreamt up and others went along with. So just because the Supreme Court, he's saying, has ruled something one way in the past does not mean that it's not reopened for a reinterpretation down the line. So everything's on the table, guys.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. I just don't know if he understands how dangerous that is. Because, for him, potentially, you're talking about, I don't know all the cases that have been tried in front of the Supreme Court, but maybe you're talking about something low level, right? But like, when you think about the history of the Supreme Court, there's everything in there from marriage equality to gender equality to racism. So it's like, you got to be careful with it because
I think you're naive in thinking that he's being not careful. I think he knows exactly.
Well, he's married to a white woman, so I would assume that you're not talking about them overturning interracial marriages. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's certain things that it's just like, I'm assuming that's not what you're talking about, but like, you're right. And you know what they say when you assume, especially when it comes to somebody like Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
To be totally honest with you, Dex, is anything off the table at this point when dealing with Donald Trump? I mean, nobody's safe. If you think
I see
no one is,
well, there's a people that are safe. There's some people that are safe, and they look like him. So
I guess my question is though, we were talking about the Epstein and we were kind of getting our hopes up when he disappeared for 4 days and and all this stuff that we thought might happen to him, before now. But it just seems like despite everything, same thing is happening. Like he's Teflon. And do you think he's kind of reached a point now where he's too big to fail and, you know, outside of his own, self-destruction or whatever that might be, is America kind of linked to whatever he wants it to be at this point?
Let me just go on record by saying I was not excited for during those 4 days. I was not one of those people that is, don't put that on me. But I do think that, and I don't have an issue like how he's moving and how he's having things being done. I like it. I don't support any of it, to be honest with you, but I do like seeing someone in like the president in power and actually utilize it. And I wish that Democrats did this as well, because I always go back to the student loan thing.
But Biden did, Dex. Like just because it wasn't like
not like this,
braggadocious,
not like this,
and
not even in a braggadocious.
The Biden presidency was one of the most accomplished as far as policy-wise presidencies in American history.
But I'm saying like if Donald Trump, like real life thing, if Donald Trump was like, I want student loans to go away, like they're gonna go away immediately. It's gonna happen. Joe Biden said it, and I'm not saying he didn't accomplish anything, but Joe Biden said it, and I feel like people were like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna fight you on that. And like nobody's fighting Donald Trump on anything. Nobody. Everybody's afraid. And I feel like Democrats need to rule like the same way. Like show people like, I'm not afraid either. I'm not going to try to go reach across the aisle and all that BS they be talking. Like, I'm going to run this thing like a dictator like he did and see how y'all like it. Otherwise, like, what's the point of you'll never get another vote if you continue to just keep trying to reach across the aisle and aim high and all that BS. Like, that's done.
Eric, what you think?
Man, I mean, this is
Is he Teflon?
One.
You think he's Teflon?
I mean, this is I really can't say what I really want to say, but it's just like it's bad, man. This is year one. Can you imagine what year 3 and 4 is going to look like under this administration?
Yeah,
like
scary.
This
5 or 6 or 7.
This is scary. This is really scary out here, man. This is really getting scary. Like.
Very. And it looks like he's just, snowballing wins after wins. But let's move to this, because what went down today in Virginia is unlike anything that we've seen in recent memory. Imagine being a career general summoned on short notice, flown in from across the globe, only to be told by the defense secretary that if you don't back the president's agenda, you should resign. And then hearing the president himself say that he'd fire you on the spot. Well, that's exactly what happened today, and the silence in that room spoke volumes. Here's what happened.
I've never walked into a room so silent before. This is very. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You're not allowed to do that. You know what? Just have a good time. And if you want to applaud, you applaud. And if you want to do anything you want, you can do anything you want. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank. There goes your future.
Wow.
Wow, man. This
Wow is correct.
This is scary.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, once a Fox News personality, opened up with sharp words, slamming what he called fat generals and diversity initiatives and even grooming standards. He declared a liberation day for America's warriors, saying that the job of soldiers is simple.
You kill people and break things for a living. You are not politically correct and don't necessarily belong always in polite society.
Wow. I mean, good Lord. What year is this? 1925?
Man, this
Trump doubled down on ending diversity programs, promised to back commanders who support him, and even floated using American cities as training grounds for the military.
We haven't even started yet. Last month, I signed an executive order to provide training for quick reaction force that can help quell civil disturbances. This is going to be a big thing for the people in this room because it's the enemy from within, and we have to handle it before it gets out of control. It won't get out of control. once you get involved at all, they all joke. They say, "Oh, this is not good."
Translation, protests and everything else. That's what he's talking about. That operation to quell. Yes, that's what he's talking about. So
Civil
just
disobedience. And,
yeah.
and the fact that you would say you're going to do this in American cities and then utilize the term the enemy from within as if they're like terrorists running around in regular cities in America. Not saying that there's not, but you're talking about regular people who are voicing displeasure with what you are doing. These are people that you are calling the enemy within the country. Like,
Right.
let that sink in.
Yeah, this is going to get pretty bad. This is pretty much him saying that he's going to have a force that deals with anybody that goes against him, anybody that wants to
And
protest against what he's saying. He's going to launch a military attack against these people.
Yeah.
Like
and like when you say a force, like literally he's talking to military generals. You are going to be the force that deals with these people who get out of line. Do people not like see this? Like, this is not like
He's
concerning
literally saying it in plain English at this
to
point.
them
Yeah.
right,
publicly at that.
like you can go out there and protest if you want. I'm gonna sick the military on you. And anybody that doesn't go out there and harm American citizens, you can go to jail too and be out and deal with any consequences that comes with it.
Your career's over. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
And then you still have people who are in these cities who are defending him day in and day out. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were one of the generals sitting in that room getting dressed down on national TV by both the Secretary of Defense and the Commander in Chief, you know, how bad do you feel for them? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Like at this point, like they're being now forced to like fight people within the country at this. Like this is
Right.
Like, I said earlier that I think Democrats should rule the same way, but I don't think that. I don't think anybody should behave like this. This is disturbing, actually.
It's insanity. And at a certain point, like, you do need someone to stand up and, you know, say this is not the oath that I took. Like,
but then as soon as you do it, you get fired, and they're going to bring somebody else in who's willing to do it. Because there are plenty of people who are willing to do it. There are people who are not even nowhere near the military who'll be willing to do it.
Yeah.
But everybody that calls Trump an idiot and things of that nature, he knows that some of these major cities, he can't stop the protests or what's going on. Like, if he was to do something in California or LA where Jason is, Jason knows that, like, yo, they're going to need major military force to stop what's going on, because he's already tried it in some ways.
He tried it in LA.
In some cities, and it didn't work out. So he knows that.
I think it didn't work out because there was not a fight. I think before it was just the presence that was there. I think he is now charging them to do more. Like, you are giving them the okay, and you are pushing them to take, not just be there for presence purposes, but take action against these people. And I think when you it changes things.
Yeah, but I think it's also, you know, you have to take into account, like, we've been through this before. Like, this isn't the first go around. You can't expect people to react and storm the streets and protests like they did. Like, we're smarter than that, right? So I don't think that there's a point. Like, for instance, he says all these cities are out of control, right? And so whenever he goes to these cities like Chicago or Portland or Los Angeles, like, there's all this big hubbub about him going to the cities. And what do you see once he ends up going to these cities is that nothing's happening, because no one's engaging, because nothing's going on, right? So it's like, who are you picking the fight with? You're picking the fight just to show a demonstration. Nothing's happening because no one's doing anything in the first place, right? There's no protest really going on. There's no one in the streets doing anything. Like, the only people that are doing anything is ICE, and that's because they're actively going, you know, for people that they have names and locations and identities for, right? So
that's true.
It's kind of pointless, and I think it's just a demonstration of strength to say this is what I could do, but there's nothing going on for them to actually arrest people for, honestly.
Yeah, but like, how could it be that? So then, when he's doing these things and people want to protest, which by the way is covered under the Constitution, and people want to protest, it's like
What?
you just should not do it.
I mean, as Clarence Thomas said, everything's up for revision, Dex.
The way he's talking, the Constitution is just another piece of paper.
Exactly.
Brother.
Yeah, he's going to get the Supreme Court. He's at 13 in a row. He's at the Bruno Mars level. Bruno Mars has won, I think, well, before this last year, he won like 13 straight Grammys. He's on the Bruno Mars level of winning Supreme Court cases. Donald Trump is for some reason. Sick. All right, Dex, let's move to your favorite segment, one that actually you produced.
I can't breathe. Will anyone fight for me?
All right, tonight we turn to a story out of Kentucky that's sparking strong emotions and serious conversations about race, history, and empathy. At the Roots 101 African American Museum, visitors are offered an immersive glimpse into the brutal realities of slavery, including being placed in shackles. But when a white woman recently stepped forward for that experience, her emotional reaction quickly went viral.
Welcome to America. Tell me what you're thinking.
Just so much.
Kleenexes, please.
I've always been interested in history and the history of Black people. I took Afrocentric classes at U of L. My grandma lived at 2821 West Kentucky Street. I've read so many books, and now I belong to a church that's primarily African American, and I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right, Dex. Why did you want to put this in racist today?
Now, when I watched this clip, right, I was like, wow, that was really profound of that lady.
Yeah.
Is that man who put the chains on her racist? I feel like that was a little.
You don't think he should have put him on her?
I don't think that was necessary. And then he said, welcome to America. And then said, how do you feel? You want me to pour these emotions out of myself while being chained. Now, if the roles were reversed, we'd be ready to like go crazy on that woman.
Maybe he says that to everyone he puts the chains on.
You don't think that's inappropriate?
To do it to her specifically?
Yeah.
Eric, what you think?
To be honest with you, like, that was, I mean, to be honest with you, like, if you know the history of the way Black people as a whole were treated in slavery times, that's nothing. Putting some chains on her wrist,
right?
That's nothing. Like, due to history of breaking a buck, like you look at some of the pictures of what they did to us, like putting chains around. No, that wasn't enough. That ain't doing nothing. What is that? I'm not trying. I'm really not trying to be funny or be insensitive or anything. That absolutely did nothing. Like putting a pair of chains on her for what? All of 2 minutes.
She wants to feel the weight.
Weight alone probably just brings it back to like the history.
Well, okay. Well, then where was that? Kentucky. Take her. No, I'm trying to be nice. Take her outside. If you really want to know how to put a noose around her neck, put something, you know what I mean? Let her really feel how we were treated. Like that. Come on, Dex. Like that's nothing.
I understand what you're saying.
Right,
but the fact that she did feel something from it, I mean, what was her reaction supposed to be?
What could she like what did she really experience? I mean, honestly, what did she really experience?
The weight.
Weight of what?
Lost her mind. That lady is changed forever.
The weight of, come on, Dex. The weight of what? Like
the weight of slavery, my brother. That's what she felt. The weight of slavery.
What was the weight of it? She still went out and got in her car, had her little cup of tea. Or what? She had to take.
Her
She
life
had
is
some Shaq
her
was
life is
man.
her life
It's for,
her life is
her
changed
life.
forever.
Her life is forever changed for having some shackles put on her wrist for all of 2 minutes.
That's
Amen.
what she says,
Come on,
and I
man.
hope so. But do you think it would be useful for other people in the future to be able to
Uh,
experience what she experienced?
man, like,
No.
come on, man.
Okay.
I think other people
I'm
experience what she experienced is racist. That's why I don't think
what,
they should be doing
what?
this.
Hey,
So you think the tour in general should not be allowed?
No, you can
Or
tour
at
it,
least
but please
the
don't put
immersive experience. We don't need an immersive experience.
who would want to be immersed in slavery?
like, I mean that,
I think that's the problem too. I do. I think I
like,
do agree. They
like,
should
I
not
mean,
offer.
like, but she had shackles on for all of 2 minutes. Like if you really
To be
want to
honest
feel
with
how,
you, I've never
if
had
you
shackles on
really,
my body at all, and 1 second
if
is
you
enough for me.
if you really wanted to feel how it was to be a slave, then okay, then really give her the whole experience. Like give her the experience of what it felt like to be a truly a slave.
Watch her
Put
head
her
when
on
you put them on.
put her on an auction block. You know,
Her soul left her body when he dropped them
like
things on her, and mine did
like
too. I feel
oh
for this lady.
man. Feel for what? What you? Come on, man. How the hell are you feeling for this lady? For what?
I've always been interested in history.
Oh, she got an epiphany. For come on, come
Yeah,
on. We got to do a lot better than this.
We wish her the
Come,
best.
we
come on.
absolutely do. And we want this,
Oh
and we want
Lord.
this exhibit shut down.
She
Yeah.
cried in the car. She cried in the car, huh? Oh, okay.
We want her to look. We're happy that she might have a new outlook on her
Of
bias.
Yeah, she
what?
belongs to a black church. Like
I
she's
knew.
Yeah, she's fully
I,
immersed. Eric, she's fully
what is
immersed.
she fully? What is she fully immersed in, bruh? Like,
black
come
culture.
on, man.
Black culture.
Man, come on, Dex. Don't disrespect. Dex, we best friends, bro. I want us to stay friends, bro.
Okay. Eric's serious. Wow, didn't expect that. Time for the scoop. Honestly, I didn't expect you, Eric, to take that such to heart. But I'm happy that you did. That was a nice agreement.
Cause man, that's a slap in the face, man. Of all the
It
people
was a
that
slap in the face to that lady.
man,
I agree.
Not to the
man,
lady.
hey Dex.
He
Swear.
about to smack you. He about to put them chains on you, Dex. You had to watch.
See,
All right, let's talk about this one because it's shaking up music, sports, and culture all at once. The NFL just announced that Bad Bunny, will headline the Super Bowl halftime show. Yes, he will be taking the stage for one of the biggest stages in the planet. Now, Bad Bunny called it a win for Puerto Rico and Latino culture. And Jay-Z, who of course oversees the halftime show through his Rock Nation deal with the NFL, is co-signing all the way, saying that Bad Bunny is the perfect choice to represent where music is headed. Now, this is huge for a couple of reasons. First, it's another sign that the halftime show isn't just about entertainment anymore. It's about culture, identity, and in some ways, politics, whether it was Beyonce or Shakira and J-Lo or Rihanna. These shows spark bigger conversations than just what songs are on the set list. And second, there's a question brewing about language. Bad Bunny performs almost entirely in Spanish, and for some, that's a celebration of global cultures. But for others, it raises a big issue, like Danica Patrick, former race car driver, who said, "Oh, fun, no songs in English should not be allowed at one of America's highest rated television events of the year, not just for sports." She was followed up by Sage Steele, former ESPN employee, who said, do a little homework, and it's obvious that Bad Bunny is so much worse than most realize. Can you say demonic at NFL? I just don't get it. So here's the debate. Has the halftime show officially crossed into political statement territory? And do we as an audience have an issue, or should we have an issue with a non-English performer performing at America's biggest TV event?
Man,
Eric, you go ahead.
they took the words right out of my mouth, brother. When I heard the other night that Bad Bunny was going to be the Super Bowl entertainment halftime
What
show,
you say?
man. I said, oh, I'm gonna be that's when I take my bathroom break because I ain't
What?
got nothing to. Because I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I don't know a Bad Bunny song unless they're gonna have subtitles on
It's the
on the
vibe.
screen. Well,
But do you really
that
need to know what they're saying? Like, is that important to you? I don't know what these rappers be saying.
but at least I understand it's English.
Yeah, but I don't know what they're saying.
I don't understand. I don't know any Bad Bunny songs.
Like
I
the
don't listen to
weekend,
Bad.
he was like,
I don't. I don't listen to.
I don't know what
Um,
he's saying.
I definitely don't know what the hell Bad Bunny is gonna be saying. So
Well,
I'll
Enjoy
just,
yourself.
hey,
I,
I'll just take a smoke break, go to the bathroom, do whatever I gotta do, put a load of laundry in, do something.
Dex, what you
But
think?
what I do think about, I don't know Bad Bunny's music, but I know he's a huge artist. Like I'm very aware
yeah,
of that and his influence. But I think that no matter who you announce as the Super Bowl halftime performer, there's always going to be some controversy surrounded. No matter who it is, if they dug up Beck, remember him? If they put him up there, there's a segment of the population that will be pissed. If they threw Taylor Swift up there, that's a segment of the population that'll be pissed. If they put U2 up there, that's a segment of the population pissed, just like we were pissed when U2 threw that album on our iPhones. Like there are certain people that there's no person out here that we're all going to be like, yes, we're glad that they picked that person. So like, I don't think anybody's wrong for being like upset about Bad Bunny performing. However, when you cite like, I don't want him to perform because I don't understand what he's saying, like that's racist. Like
Yeah,
that is not
that
like
ain't that ain't
you
that ain't
rate
racist.
it's
That ain't racist. That's just being honest. I
no,
don't.
that's not being honest. That's
I'm.
racist.
How is it? How is it racist? I didn't say he couldn't perform. I just said that's not my cup of tea. He's not.
Because I'm not going
He
to understand what he's saying and
he.
I need
I
subtitles.
didn't.
That's racist.
I didn't say I was going to cut the tea off when he's on.
No,
I
you're
just
just not
said
gonna
I
watch
ain't.
it.
Yeah, basically, I'm not
And
going to watch it
to
because
me,
how
this is
how is that racist? I didn't say deport him. I didn't say
You gotta
call
clear his
ICE on
name. He
him.
gotta clear his name, Dex.
he
I
can't.
didn't. I didn't. I didn't say. I didn't. I know you ain't talking. You just sided with a white woman, a middle aged white woman with some chains on for 2 minutes.
You're
Get
not
out
really
of here.
right now.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Because to me, what's happening here, and I'm messing with you, but like there's other people who are literally saying, I'm not gonna watch this because of who
Right.
he is and what he has going on.
Oh no.
There's a group of people who said the same exact thing about Usher, and they said it because they're not familiar with the music. But
I didn't
also
hear any backlash about Usher personally.
people were saying the same people who are upset, a certain population of people who were upset with Bad Bunny were upset with Usher too. And they were upset with Beyonce. Like they don't want no black artists doing the Super Bowl. That there's the people that are like that. That's I mean, we can't deny that.
I don't. I'll speak for myself. Myself is the language barrier. That has nothing
But
to
you
do
have an
with
issue with
what I'm saying.
Shakira and
Now
J Lo.
hold on. Now hold on. If they would have put if they'd have chose Santana or somebody, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But he, like you Jason said at the beginning of it, his most 90% of his music is in Spanish. Like
Yes.
this is an American sport. This is supposed to be the biggest game of the year, and you're gonna have a Spanish speaking person
From
performing.
Puerto Rico, which is a part
Yeah.
of the United States of
Oh, here we go.
Puerto Rico is an American
Yeah,
territory.
he
You're
yeah.
is a he
absolutely
Okay,
is an
right.
okay,
American.
yeah. Right. Okay, I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been there.
All right, so they
They
one
speak
of
on.
us.
So he's American.
He ain't that. Now you going too far.
What do you mean?
Am I
Now
isn't
you
he?
going.
What do you
Yeah,
mean he's going too far? He's American.
you going too far. Okay, you might be American, but
Yeah.
come on, bro. Come on.
He,
What you gonna be doing? You gonna be turning in front of this? You gonna be sitting in front of the TV, Jason, at
Well, you know
halftime?
I am. LA is Bad
Uh,
Bunny territory. Like that's
I
what we
don't
do
think we
around here.
need to know. I
how
don't
many?
think we need to know word for
Oh,
word every person's lyrics
okay,
and their songs to enjoy a
okay,
performance.
And I do.
okay. Okay, Dex and Jason. How many Bad Bunny songs do you have on your playlist?
A
Two.
bunch. A bunch. A
What's a
bunch.
bunch?
Listen to the
What's a
song
bunch?
called Después de la Playa. It's a
He has
great
a
What
song
song.
called
what's it
Booker
mean?
T. His song called
What's
Booker
it
T,
mean?
which is what put me
It
on
don't
him.
matter. It don't matter.
What
It
what's it
don't
mean?
matter. It
What's the
don't matter.
word?
It bangs. It
What's the
don't
word?
matter.
It
It don't
bangs?
matter.
Wait,
Uh,
so Eric, by that same logic, if a person like Usher was last year, and Rihanna was the year before that, if a person can't name a Usher or Rihanna song, that means that they shouldn't perform at the Super Bowl.
Right. I mean, what did mask off mean? What are you talking about?
Should they not? Yeah, man.
Yeah, because
listen to
if
me.
we're going down that path, and this is why I always want Black people to be careful with these things too, especially
Y'all
when they
know what
come
these
like
songs
that.
mean.
A lot of times, I feel like when situations like this come up, Black people get into this conversation and they start talking about how they feel about it, and
You
then
don't
they
have to
give
erase it.
ammunition to other people who don't look like them to say some of the same rhetoric against us.
And,
I think I'm not
and
saying we
what
can accept anything that comes
and
out, but at the same
and
time,
what
like,
and why is just because we disagree on this subject that I'm suddenly a racist?
well,
Like
you
you
said
don't.
that
You
you
did call him
Right.
a racist, Dex.
on you because you say
Right.
you need
Why?
subtitles.
Why did? Because I needed subtitles when I watched Chief of War too. They were speaking Hawaiian. I don't know Hawaiian. I
They
watched the show.
but Eric, they American now.
You're digging a bigger hole.
They
Did you
American.
No, I'm
like,
not.
if somebody said to you,
No.
oh, they have Usher performing at the Super Bowl, I'm gonna need subtitles for that. You think that's appropriate?
Okay, Dex, I'm about to throw you under the bus. You call me a racist, but you the one that was on here with a Mexican mask on.
I support my culture.
Okay.
Their culture is
And I'm
your
not
culture.
calling you I don't think that you are racist. I think that was a racist comment.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
You called me
I'm sorry
racist.
that you think I called you racist.
You did call me a racist. You did.
The sombrero fits.
See, there you go again with your little.
I'm just playing. I should have said if the fitted fits.
Darren said you sound like you say I got black friends. Eric.
You definitely did say I've been to Puerto Rico.
Hey, listen to me. Hey, listen, Darren is my
Hold on,
cousin.
let's move.
Oh, they ain't moving on.
We gotta
Darren is
move.
my
We gotta
cousin.
go. We gotta go. The big dog.
He already know who I am.
Big dog. We gotta go. Young Thug, his new album, Oi Scuddy, Oi Scuddy, Oi Scuddy. I don't know what it is. It's out now. I did listen to it though. No, it's not bad. Past the first song, it's not that bad. And the cover has people debating. Thug appears white, something that he says was intentional, and it was intended to make a little bit of a statement. Here's what he said.
I think it was just like some funny shit, but it's still like serious to the point where it's like I went with it. You know what I'm saying? But it really just some fun shit. Like we just fun, like some funny shit. You know, in our hood, we always joked and played. You know, I got a lot of white friends and shit, but we always joked and played in my hood. Like, shit, you want to be the biggest, go white. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said when I put the album cover out, hey, if you want to be the biggest, go white.
Yeah.
You watch school. You know, we just talking shit because there's so many big black people. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I understand. We just, you know, it's just a narrative that the world paint, and we just going with the narrative. You want to be the biggest, go white. Michael Jackson went white for this. You know, all listen, we know that ain't true. We know Michael Jackson didn't do it. You know what I mean? We just go with the motions. Like but it's just all fun. Like I just did it on some shit like, shit, I want to be the biggest in the world. How can I be the biggest? Answer to that question from anybody should be, you got to be white.
Dex, do you think he should have workshopped that a little bit more? Or
No, I think that was excellent. Actually, I think that was very spot on. I loved it. I think that was good. I liked it. It was funny to me.
I feel like that idea need to be fleshed out a little bit more, Eric.
No.
You now understand why he went white on the album cover?
I don't, but I just thought his explanation was funny.
Eric, you understand?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess he was trying to be a little controversial. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, he wanted a moment.
I guess he wanted somebody to remember his album cover. Like, I don't know, man. We've seen stuff like this before. Like when Pusha T put Whitney Houston's bathroom on the cover of his album. Tupac has been on a cross. I mean, we've seen stuff like this before. Yeah.
Provocative, gets the people going. And that's not the only headline, though. When asked about his relationship with Gunna, Thug was pretty clear that there's no reunion happening, even though he says that they still have love for each other. Let's hear that.
I'm just in the unpacking phase. It ain't even about like not with you or nothing like that, because I want him to, like, even if he watching these interviews, I want him to just understand why I feel like it shouldn't happen again. Because I'm not going to be able to look at you the same, right? No matter what. We can go get a tree and all together. I'm still not going to be able to look at you the way I looked at you before we went to jail. So for your own good, it's better to just like, shit, I love you to death. I know you love me. We love each other to death. And we just going our own ways, and we just shit. You know how the shit go. You just sometimes you do that. You just, you know what I'm saying. Leo Cohen and Jay-Z split up.
Right.
They still friends. They still cool. Whatever they got going on, both of them got their beings. They living their life. They doing what they doing. You know, it's no hard feeling. I feel like shit. And for my good too, like I ain't gonna be able to look at you the same.
Once again, Gunna has not spoken on any of this since Young Thug started talking about it. But he's addressing it here now that the album's out. What does this all mean for Thug's career? Eric, you are a barometer for the streets. Is it hot out here? Is it cold out here for Young Thug moving forward? What you think?
Man, I want to say this to Young Thug. Young Thug needs a publicist. He needs somebody to talk to him before he start doing interviews. That you should send him your resume, because he needs some help, bro. Because he just going him just talking off the cuff.
Yeah,
like before he go in these interviews, it's not looking. He's making himself look worse and worse and more as he talks. The more interviews he does, he looks more and more lost in the sauce, bro. More and more.
To me, that last thing that I just heard, that sounds like a breakup. Like you described a breakup between two people.
He butthurt.
You guys were in a relationship together and y'all broke up. That's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, but is it a breakup for someone who's not even at this point acknowledging that you exist? Like, because Gunna hasn't said anything about it.
You ever end a relationship and the person act like you don't exist, they posting and stuff like that? That's what's happening here.
Right.
You know how back in the day that you know how back in the day Eminem had to come out and when Benzino and him was going at it, he just had to say double XL, double XL, double XL.
Right. Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he
exactly.
Like Gunna just needs to come out and just say Young Thug something, man, just for him to shut the fuck up, because like he really is butthurt about Gunna, man.
He hurt,
man. He hurt and he's sober. I think that's the two things that hurt him. He can't drink the pain away, man. So he got to deal with. He got to live in his own truth every day. You know,
legally, he can't do anything.
Some people can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't live their life sober.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like he hurting. He really hurting. Like he said last week in the other interview, he can't hang out with his friends. He can't do all the things he did before he went to jail, man. He really out here losing it. Man. He really losing it. He need a hug. he really need a hug, man.
Drake has a song called "Give Me a Hug," so maybe.
He need one, man. Or Young Thug needs an intervention. Maybe that's what it is.
All right. Last but not least, let's get into your guys' specialty. I don't have the sounder for the DMZ anymore, but Diddy is facing sentencing later this week after being convicted on 2 counts under the Mann Act. Prosecutors are pushing for more than 11 years behind bars, calling him unrepentant and pointing to testimony from Cassie and others that paint a devastating picture of abuse and trauma. Cassie also released a statement today saying that she still gets nightmares, urging the judge to keep him behind bars. Now, Diddy's defense team is pushing back, saying that he should serve no more than 14 months. And since he's already been locked up for 13, that could mean that he walks out in just a few weeks. So here's the question. Is 11 years, real accountability in your opinion for what Diddy did? Or, should we consider this whole thing time served and, let him resume, I guess, what's left of his career?
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's a fair question to say your opinion, because to be honest with you, the courts are the courts. Like he was acquitted. He was acquitted of charges. The only charges that they got.
He was also convicted of charges.
He was convicted of transporting prostitutes. And if you want to put him in jail for transporting prostitutes, you could do that. I don't know what the conviction. I don't know what the sentencing is for that. I know it's not 11 years. They want him to stay in jail.
How do you know that? What do you mean?
I mean, come on. Like, because to be honest with you, I know that that's more than likely not 11 years, because when the sentencing came down, when the verdict was read, they were actually thinking that he was going to go home that day. And the only reason that the judge kept him in there is because he did abuse those women, Cassie and Jane Doe, and his lawyers admitted to that. So they were like, well, it's probably not a good idea for him to be out there on the streets. However, if we're going to sentence him for the crime that he was convicted of, like you can't go with your emotions and how you feel. And I'm sorry, like Cassie wrote this letter today, and I thought, and I believe it. I think that she really had a case. I do think that he tormented her, and I think she had a very terrible 10 years of her life. However, I don't. The jury didn't see that like that, and the jury did not hold him accountable or say he was guilty of the racketeering charges. They did not do that. They said he was transporting prostitutes, which he was, and I think that's what he should be sentenced for.
Okay, Eric, as someone who's followed the case very closely, 11 years too much?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say, Jason, running at the bottom of the screen, brother.
Okay.
Running at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, be careful.
There we go. I ain't
Be
gonna be too
careful.
bad. But what I'm saying to you, man, this would be unprecedented if he got 11 years in jail for this crime. The sentencing guidelines recommend no more than 4 to 5 years for this crime that he's basically got convicted for tricking. You know what I'm saying? This is unprecedented. Now, if this was a domestic violence case, he would be under the jail. Nobody's disputing that. But what he was convicted for is pretty much tricking. He got convicted for tricking. Like,
Transferring prostitutes, yes.
Yeah, this would be if he got 11 years, this would be unprecedented for the sentence for what he got convicted of. This would, I mean, I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but this would be a travesty if they gave this man 11
A
years.
miscarriage of justice? Is that what you're leaning towards?
This definitely would be a miscarriage of justice. Like, this definitely would.
It's saying that.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel bad for someone who's on tape beating his significant other.
It's not about feeling. It's not about feeling bad. Like, I completely remove my feelings from it. I just go by what the jury said. And if we're going to be a law-abiding country and we're going to respect our justice system, then we have to respect our justice system. It does, however, say that it's a 10 year sentence and for each count. So I guess recommended 11 years
would be appropriate, right?
But again, if we're gonna go that route,
you just read it.
It would, but
if we're gonna go that route, just because this is very murky. Like this
wasn't murky. You just said if we respect the justice system, and then you read to me what the recommendation typically is, and now you're saying you're changing your tune now and saying
because at the end of the day, like the prostitution charge wasn't about the women. It was about these men who he prostituted, and the men were not testifying against him. The women were. Like, this is really a technicality, to be honest with you.
Well, he got convicted of it.
He got convicted from people who weren't even.
You're making excuses. That's crazy.
It's definitely not an excuse, Jason. What he was
he got convicted of somebody he didn't commit a crime against.
Be mindful of your allies.
He was not convicted for domestic violence. If he was charged and convicted for domestic violence, he deserved whatever he got.
So what was the 10-year sentencing the range that you read? What was that for?
It says it's for prostitution, but I just find that very hard.
Okay, so then that's the range.
But it's not.
I don't know. I got to do more research.
But the sentencing guidelines.
It says the final decision is determined by the judge.
Oh, of course, yeah. But you researched.
So how do you even have a recommendation like that and then be like, but it's up to this.
Don't challenge the recommendation. Don't challenge the validity of the recommendation because you don't agree with
that. To me that doesn't make a lot of sense to me because that means
now the recommendation doesn't make sense. Because you just said follow the justice system. They know what's going on, and now it's time for us, and you don't want to follow.
I think but even
if they follow the justice, if they follow the sentencing guidelines, he's not going to get 11 years under the sentencing guidelines.
10 to 20. That's what Dex read. 10 to 20.
That's what it says, but I don't.
Okay, so if that's the guidelines, then that's the guidelines.
Okay, all right. If we're gonna go by the sentencing guidelines, you get 18 months knocked off of completing the drug program.
Okay, so they were going to give him 13. They're giving him 11. How about that?
Nah, but it's man, it would be unprecedented. Like he really
apparently not.
Everybody, this is the first time anybody has ever been convicted of what he's been convicted of that's still in jail before sentencing. If
Because he
they
was a
came out and
danger to
said that.
society. He was
You think he's the
beating
only
women and
person that's ever
dragging
been?
into
You think he's the only
hotels.
person that's dangerous to society, though? You don't think nobody else ever was in the history of the
Right.
And
courts?
we're not talking about everybody else. We talking about
That's the
Diddy.
problem. When y'all do stuff like that, y'all be letting other people
We're
get
not
off.
doing no like
You wanna
Clarence
hold-
Thomas said. Whatever happened back then was back then. Okay.
I watch.
Okay.
Now this is now I guarantee you if they sentence him to 11 years, I guarantee you that person that's in Washington D.C. will step in and pardon him.
He said he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't because he was he said he was a big fan of mine at one point, and then he started getting really nasty with me when I got into
Exactly.
politics.
And like Trump said, well, he was guilty on some stuff, wasn't he? And exactly, you know.
Oh, I can't wait till next week. I can when we come on next week. Let's start with this topic. Let's just immediately start talking about this.
We'll know.
We'll
I
see.
can't wait.
All right, cue it in.
I got a question. I got a question.
All right, I guess I'll read because you gotta do some steps. All right, time for a Q and A. All right. So here is the topic of today is Patriot games. Patriot games. So here's the situation. I swung by my boss's place to grab some work files before he left for vacation. He invited me in, which was fine, except this time I noticed something new. Hanging behind his TV was a massive Trump poster, like campaign rally sized, framed with the red hats. The red hats. Thing is, I've been to his house before, and this wasn't there last year. Also, I'm very openly not a Trump fan. Like, I've made jokes about it in the office, and everyone knows my stance. Now, either one, my boss forgot about the poster and it's just his personal thing that doesn't affect me, or two, he knew exactly what he was doing, and this changes how safe/comfortable I should feel working with him going forward. The detail that's eating at me, the poster wasn't casually hung. It was framed, spotlighted like a centerpiece and hard to miss. So here's my dilemma. Do I chalk it up to not my business or start keeping my political opinions to myself at work? Or seriously reconsider if this is a hostile vibe I shouldn't ignore? Gary, you shouldn't have been on those political opinions at work.
Really, all of the above. Like, you should chalk it up because it's not your business. You should keep your political opinions to yourself, and you should get the hell out that job. Like, all of the above. You got all the right advice for yourself.
Move expeditiously. Is that what you're saying, Eric?
Do it all.
I'm pretty sure that's not the only Trump person that you work with, coworker that you work with that voted for Trump and that's a Trump supporter. I mean, like, I don't understand. Like, mind your own business. Get your work papers or whatever you came there to get, and keep it moving. Like so everybody that you don't like their political view, you're gonna quit or you're gonna have something to say.
But I would look a little differently if openly, like, something that I had espoused and they hadn't really shown any indifference to or anything in the past that they're suddenly supporting. Like, that's, it does feel a little weird when you find
I've
that
been
out.
telling people, like, people will let you say your political opinion out loud, and they're not going to say theirs because they now know yours. Like, I'm always like, you don't know what these people do behind closed doors and who they support and what they got going on. There's no reason for you to be at work thinking these people are your friends and giving them your political perspectives on anything. You should never do that. They're not your friends.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, man, you should just mind your business, do your job, and go home. Clock in and clock out, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why do you care what?
Y'all don't have political debates in the lunchroom?
I don't know. I hardly talk to you. I told y'all weeks ago. I don't have no friends at work. I got associates, people I speak to. Some people I speak to. Some people I don't speak to. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care who you voted for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I care, actually. I do care who you voted for.
Don't.
And
don't care.
For me, like, when it comes to like a working situation, I do care. I'm not going to ask you, but I'll try to figure it out or whatever. You will never know who I voted for. And in the workplace, I'll never give you that information, but I do care, like, who you voted for. It means a lot to me, like what your political affiliations are.
Yeah,
but if I go to your house and I see that, like, to be honest with you, I would keep my distance.
Now what if there's like, a group conversation and several people espouse, for instance, disdain for Trump? Are you going to bandwagon and pile on,
I
or is
just
that
listen.
something
I don't say
you just listen?
like, in real life, when this stuff like this will happen at work, I would just be listening, and then I would like make like a secondary joke that has nothing to do with it, because like I'm never going to sit there and have this conversation with y'all.
Because they're not your friends.
You're not my friends.
Yeah, they're your coworkers. They're like you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so.
Okay, but does your political opinion only have to be for your friends? Like, is that
Absolutely, it's a privilege to
Yeah,
get my political opinion. I don't even
Yeah.
like when stuff be happening. I only talk about things publicly in my group chats and on BroTalk Live. I never would just type something out on Facebook and get these people my political. Why would I do that? You better watch my show if you want to know what I think about stuff.
that's right.
I wish like I just can't do it. People be telling people like all they when the Charlie Kirk stuff happened. I muted so many people because I'm like, damn, this is really how you feel. I would never put my own stuff out there, but like seeing how you are with certain things, I can't.
I mean, I do think it's a little informative though to know that, for instance, you didn't see this, a year ago, but now this is, front row and center in there.
Things change.
So let me ask you a
That
question.
informs
So
me a little bit more about you. Like, did they change because you weren't going to vote for a black woman? Like, why did they change?
Maybe that, but also maybe they didn't know. Maybe before they cared about you coming into their house and seeing it, so they want to put it away. But now, like Donald Trump is 13 up on the Supreme Court. Like, why would I care about hiding this? I want this to be plastered front and center. I'm with a winner.
So Jason, you trying to tell me that you care that Charlie next door in the cubicle next door next to you that voted for Trump? You really care?
Care? No, I don't care. It's good to know where people stand on certain things.
Because when it's donut day and you ask me to get you a donut, I'm gonna say ask Trump to get you a donut.
Yeah, exactly. He don't want to give me exactly 100% what Dex said. Okay.
And I bet not catch you eating no Mexican food because like no, nobody.
The privilege is already revoked.
The privilege is revoked.
You definitely dove too deep in it. I guess I can't get no Mexican food either after the Bad Bunny comment.
Hell no.
Yo, you better. Well, you can't get no Puerto Rican food.
Yeah, different. Puerto Ricans are Americans for the 15th time. For more questions, hit us up on our website, brotalklive.com/questions.
Jason?
So press record and let you feel me.
All right. Category tonight for clips is business decisions. These are all people who had to make a business decision. Some people didn't really have a choice, as evidenced by this first little person who was held in their spot by their father.
Me and my brother. Me and my brother.
Ooh, damn it.
You like that one?
Yes, Lord. Boy,
All right, leader in the clubhouse is Smell My Breath with an F. Ooh.
Ooh, shit.
Me and my brother.
You can't even be mad at him. You cannot. Little man cannot get in trouble for that one, yeah. That was hilarious.
Had to get out of there. All right, number two is called timber. This is what happens when you make a purchase for a business decision and it's the wrong purchase.
Oh my. I don't know if that's such a... Oh God.
I mean,
that was dumb.
how would you cut it facing that way
dumb.
if you ain't wanted
It
to
was
fall that way?
dumb.
Well,
First,
the truth's down.
First, First of all, he is dumb as hell. He didn't
Yes.
even try. He didn't even try to Google that, man. Like people, you when you cut a tree down like that, you cut it down in sections. You just don't cut
Exactly. You
it.
got the top, then the
No,
middle, and
yeah,
then the bottom.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Like I guess you could do it like that if you had an open field next to you or something. But yeah, that
But also,
was
like, you thought you were gonna hold that tree up, you by yourself. Like, you thought, who do you
right.
think you are?
Well, he went to go
That
get his
was
rope. He was going to get his rope and pull it back, but he
Well, it
forgot.
was too
and
late
do
to get
what and do what?
The rope was in the
and,
car. He was going to go pull
and
it.
do, that wasn't even a business decision. That was a dumbass
He
decision.
was going to
Like
go
that
hop
was
put the rope and
that
hop
was
on the car and try to pull it with the car.
yeah.
Please get that person that money back and buy them a new house.
Yeah, buy him a new house.
Woo.
Ooh. You know he don't got no house money. He cutting trees like
And
that.
you know what's crazy? That was the kind of contractors that be like, "Oh, I do roofs too." No, you won't touch my roof.
Listen to me, man. He gonna mess around and lose his contracting license or whatever. If that was a homeowner next to him, he might lose his house, bro, because that's gonna cost a whole lot of money to get fixed.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Peekaboo, like Kendrick Lamar says. Man who I guess job is typically to remove the trash from the premises. He was moonwalking out that thing. He didn't take a step.
You see the lady standing there too. Like, you gonna watch me while I pick the trash up?
Exactly. She was letting him out for his shift.
And also, I don't like how happy he was to pick up that trash too.
I know he kind of whistled over there, didn't he?
Which is so
I
excited.
mean, maybe that was his job.
Exactly. That's
You know
what I'm saying.
maybe that was his job to pick up a trash bag. You know what I mean? Like,
One last one
Pretty
before
good
you
with
go.
a little less enthusiasm next time.
He was skipping. He was whistling Dixie.
Right, he had his little Diddy. He had his little Diddy bop on and
He was in a
everything. You
good
know what I'm saying?
mood.
Yeah, so he like it's payday. I'm about to take this trash out and be out.
He's going to Chipotle when he gets off the
He had
ship.
to make a business decision. He was trying to get paid. All right. And the last one is IFYU.
You want to raise?
Hey, he said he'll f you up.
Nothing.
That's what he said.
He love to tell lies.
No, he said it. He said I'll f him up.
Man, big as you is, you think my old ass is over here trying to fight you? Fuck this man, you'll f him up. You son of a bitch. Always trying to get me here.
What are you talking
Oh, you
about?
don't tell the mother you. I said you gonna fuck him up.
Why were you laughing with him though?
Me and him gave each other a 2-piece sign and a thumb up. And then you gonna stop the mother tell him, I said I'll fuck you up.
Eric, do that remind you on Josie?
Yeah, boy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
My favorite part is like he played it cool, but when he rolled that one up, he's like, "Let me see with you real quick." That was good. It's weird. I actually thought the first one was gonna win. This wins for me.
Nah, boy, that first one is for me.
I F you up or smell my breath. All right, let's do one more of each, okay? Smell my breath first.
Smell my breath.
Yeah, bro, that's it for me, bro.
All right, last one. I F you up.
You want to raise?
Hey, he said he'll f you up.
What I do? Nothing.
That's what he said.
He love to tell lies.
No, he said it. He said I'll f him up.
Man, big as you is, you think my old ass is over here trying to fight you? Fuck this man, you'll fuck him up. You son of a bitch. Always trying to get me here.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
you don't tell the mother you. I said you gonna fuck him up.
Why were you laughing with him though?
Me and him gave each other a two-piece sign and a thumb up. And then you gonna stop the tell him, I said I'll you up.
Yeah,
I don't know, y'all. We might have to put both of these.
That
because
is
nah,
funny.
man. No. Long as the stink breath one get in at the end of the year, bro, I'm good,
we'll
bro.
wild card that one in. We'll wild card that one in. All right. Good batch of vids tonight. Woo, that was
This
funny.
was excellent, man. This was a good one.
We rolled that window up. It was on site. It was so
He
funny.
tried. He said, "You son of a bitch."
You son of a
Son of a
All right, time for scene.
All right, guys, this is the part of the show where we give out seats to people who deserve them. And if you're new to the show, I just want to put out, like, I don't know why I'm glazing Jason so much, but like when we first started this show, right, there was this situation. Brandy had a concert, I think, in Africa, and she was like a surprise performer. And there were like 3 people in there. It was a stadium, and it was only 3 people in there. And like, that is how we came up with seats, because we're trying to fill the empty seats in Brandy's stadium. And Jason came up with himself. That is hilarious. But I have 2 seats. My first seat is going to go to this girl named Dakota Ray Stuckey, who has learned how to crawl.
Not niece.
And like, what the hell? Like, people don't tell you that when kids get legs and feet that work and they start to move, like they literally, I was in the bathroom. She literally started crawling 2 days ago. I was in the bathroom, brushing my teeth. I come out and she's halfway across the house. And I'm like, what is happening? Like,
she'll be walking in a week.
Yeah, you gotta get in shape, Dex.
You cannot leave them unattended. Like, you have to like chain them to you at every, like, this is crazy. And people be like, oh, I miss my baby, was so small. Me too, because she didn't walk or crawl.
Oh yeah, well, this is the beginning of true parenting and fatherhood, because at this point, everything's going to start happening really fast. Yeah, they can move. First they can crawl, then they can walk, then they start to make sounds as far as talking, and then they actually start talking, and then it's over. Yeah, so
and then they won't stop talking.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
I don't know if I'm ready for all this stuff. Like, I thought I was like, you know, you take the every month, you take a little picture of them and stuff like that. Like, that's the kind of parenting.
Oh, you don't have time to take pictures anymore. That's over. So you can get rid of all of that planning that you had, and she's not sitting still anymore, Dex. She
does
can
not
walk.
sit still, and now she's oh god, it's like
over.
Yeah, nobody warned me about that portion of it. Like, I feel like I should have been prepped on that. And then
I can see why.
Dex, you just better not be the parent with the little collar on your child walking around, because you can't keep up.
A leash, like one of them leashes.
Well,
please don't be that parent, Dex.
Well, when I was younger, I had a nanny, and she would put, like, not on our neck, but it would be like on our wrist. Like, she would put like a little leash on our wrist, and we would walk to the store. She should have been on races, and she would like walk us to the store, and it would be like this like long leash.
Did she drop the chains on you like that?
It was like they were like different colors and stuff like that. And that is crazy. My mom never knew about that, and I should have told her.
She Willie Lynch you, Dex.
She was your Willie Lynch. Would it be time to cross the street? And she was like, pull it to like it's time for us to cross the street. Wow, that was amazing.
Eric, you guys see?
Yeah, Dex had one more though.
Oh, you got one more?
The second one is going to go to the WWE. So they have not one but 2 shows next year in Saudi Arabia. Big shows, the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Then there's rumors that, well, first of all, the ticket prices are going to be astronomical, as they are for Vegas currently. And there's rumors that the government and Saudi Arabia aren't even going to let a lot of Americans in there. So it's like, even if you wanted to go to the show and spend thousands of dollars, they probably won't even let you go in there. Then they tout themselves as being so progressive, but the female performers have to cover themselves up from neck to toe, like completely covered, which is not the standard ring gear that they have. And like,
Didn't they have to do that before? I remember Naomi wore like this purple like bodysuit.
Yeah, like every time they go over there, they do that. And I guess you look past it because it's one-offs, but this is the Royal Rumble. and WrestleMania. So it's not like 2 or 4 women that's going to be performing. The Royal Rumble is 30 women. So 30 women dressed up like Power Rangers. Who wants to watch that? And then like at WrestleMania, it's like these women fight all year just like the men do, and they get to a place where they're like, we want you to be completely covered up, not comfortable in your skin. Like that's BS to me. And I feel like where the WWE is going right now, it is very disturbing to be a fan of them. It's very hard to be a fan of them because it feels like a consistent money grab. That is my seat.
Well, that is capitalism right now in America.
But let's just be really clear though. WWE has only been mainstream again for about 2 years now. Like y'all are really feeling yourselves. Like people just start paying attention to y'all again.
Yeah, it's rough. All right, E. Good seats, Dex.
Yeah. My seat goes to Ticketmaster. I recently purchased 2 tickets to the Baltimore Ravens game, and they are ridiculous with the reselling prices of the tickets. That is just insane.
How much did you have to pay?
The fees that they put on these tickets, like the tickets, the whole total of the tickets was like $600.
That's crazy for a regular season game.
For 2 regular season tickets for Monday Night Football, the tickets were originally like $200 a piece, but with all the fees and the reselling stuff, it came out to almost like $533. It was utterly ridiculous. How are you gonna resell the tickets that you put out?
Right, you the provider.
You're the provider, and then you putting the reselling fee on top of the tax on top of that. Like, man, it was just insane.
Just
like,
so you know, Ticketmaster has come out, and I think their CEO said that he sees an opportunity for concert tickets to be even higher, saying that, you know, it's because sports events have kind of allowed him to do like, you know, priority pricing and in-demand pricing, that they expect to go up on concert ticket prices as well, which is crazy.
That's the WWE approach. Like that's what they're doing across the board now. This is disturbing to me.
Yeah, that is disturbing. It was more fees attached to the tickets than the original price on the ticket. Like,
yes,
it's insane. It's insane, the prices of some of these tickets now.
But
to go to some of these events,
if you are in the Philadelphia area and you want to see a Philadelphia 76ers game, there's currently tickets on Ticketmaster for $8. So
no, I can't. No,
it's like a WNBA game.
Yeah, your city's not too safe. I'm too scared to go to your city.
The city's not too safe. You live in Baltimore.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
hey, Dex, like you said before, all I gotta do is say Broad Street.
And if you specifically want to go to this game in Philadelphia, it's the October 17th game against Minnesota. $8 tickets.
So my seat, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way, is not for a group of people, but just for a particular subset of people. So in LA, the culture is for motorcycle drivers, right? What they do is, and I have had an actual seat about this before, is how they ride in between cars. To get to their places, then, you know, they kind of like almost brush up against your car, and they get like really pissy if you don't move over far enough in order for them to be able to squeeze through with their motorcycle bike through the traffic. So what I've noticed lately, though, is that there's a need for more space in between the lanes, because a lot of these motorcycle drivers now are bigger than they used to be. And I just think that if you're going to be a person who's going to be squeezing in and out between lanes, you have a responsibility to keep yourself as safe as possible and to keep the space that we have allocated to you to be a bare minimum. So if you're taking up, you know, a full lane of traffic because of your bike and your body imprint, that's a problem, and you need to adjust yourself to not go through traffic. I'm not saying you can't ride your bike, but you can't do the fun stuff as far as weaving in and out like everyone else can, because like I said, you're a bigger target. And not that I'm trying to hit you, but at some point it becomes unavoidable. So that's all I'll say about that.
So are they riding the lines? They trying to squeeze it between.
Yeah, they're riding the lines, and that there is like a little buffer area where you can kind of stay in your lane and stay in their lane.
Yeah.
But that's not enough sometimes. And I just want people to realize that they're not as, svelte or as thin as they think they are when they're going through those lines.
So you're saying there's some plump black riders out there in LA, huh?
There's a need for additional space that we could not provide at this time.
That's not what it's built for, though. They need to.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do that fun stuff. You need to follow the law. You need to follow the law. That's all I'm gonna say.
If they scratching up people's cars trying to get through, yeah, they're a little big.
Like somebody's thighs were like brushing up against the car in front of me, and I was like,
I guarantee you, if I'm riding a motorcycle and my thigh is brushing up against anything, I bet you this is my last day on the motorcycle. You can have it. I would rather eat the tacos. I'm not going to.
You can ride it, but you just need to be aware that you're not fitting like you think you're fitting.
It's one of those things like they know. It's just like there's literally nothing else I can do with it.
Yes, you can. You can wait in line like the rest of us, like you a car, because that's basically what you are.
Right.
Like you are.
What I'm saying, what they're doing is illegal, and if you can't squeeze between the cars because you're too big, then bruh, like
a human utility vehicle. Okay. All right. Anything else that we need to get to?
I think that's it.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for bearing with me there. As I navigated my way, a safe passage through what I had
Did not navigate safely through that. You
so.
You swerved through that like them big people on that motorcycle. You said the people are built like cars. You can't get no worse than that.
Yeah, I don't have another seat. Dex just got to sit in the back seat when he called me a racist.
There we go. Correct.
Well,
he ain't getting out. I ain't putting him out the car yet, but he's just in the back seat.
He needs to get out. Get out and walk through
He's still my best friend. He just something.
I cleaned it up when we got to Diddy. We were on the same page.
No. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it, especially to those of us on X. Let's go Aces as they try to wrap out this trip to the WNBA Finals. And we pray for the Ravens each and every Sunday because it's not looking great.
Pray for you need to pray for the Cowboys. They're the one that just ended it. That's another seat that I should have given now. The Cowboys had me up to 12 o'clock at night watching a damn game on a Sunday night only to end it in a tie.
That was a good game, though.
It was an excellent game, but I can't be up to 12 o'clock at night unless I'm doing BroTalk Live. On a regular Sunday, I don't like to be up at 12 o'clock at night.
You need a victory for all of that, huh?
So, when we had a victory until the last 30 seconds.
All right. For Dex, Ty, for Eric, for Bill, it's been another edition of BroTalk Live. We'll see you guys next week. Follow us on TikTok, X, Facebook,